When you were a little wolf cub and I was a brownie, we always remembered our good turn each day. First it was your turn, and then it was my turn, and everything was wonderful, carefree and gay. Follow me, follow me.
Welcome back to Brighton, where drag is still alive and kicking. Brian and his old friend Paddy have got together to pick records for a charity drag night. They performed together as the Glitterbugs in the 60s.
We originally started off in Brighton in the early 60s. Yeah, started off in the Merchant Navy, Paddy did, that's right. Then Paddy left the Navy and then he came home and got a job in a fish and chip shop.
There's nothing wrong in selling chips.
No, I know, nothing wrong with selling chips. I'll give you that, it's all right, no problem at all.
You was only a chef in the Navy.
Yeah, I know. Well, we started was we went to watch an act. And they were terrible, you know. They were terrible anyway, so I think we must have got a bit vocal in there, along with the rest of the crowd, and this act shouted down to us, well, if you can do any fucking better, get up here and do it. I know, but that's what they said. And with that, the management of the bar then, they sacked this double act, who had been booked there, and asked Paddy and I to do it. And after that, we were there all the time. Bosom buddies, who we didn't, take I See the Moon out then, and put a solo in there, something which you love doing, you know. What about Streisand?
No, God, no, that.
No, Streisand, but it's only Bassy.
No, I'm not doing too Bassy.
I think you ought to do Bassy.
Well, I can't do Bassy for 12 numbers, can I?
Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I love. I see the moon sees me down through the leaves of the old trees. The scene has changed with drag, although I think now drag is on its way out. It's coming to. I think drag's got about, say, 5-6 years to go, and I think it will be gradually petering out after that. It was more fun on the gay scene when it was illegal. I think once they legalised it, the fun went out of it. You know, these days you can get away with everything, but in our days, you know, although you couldn't get away with it, but it was fun. We had fun with it. Do you like this?
Where did you get that material? Where'd you get that material?
Hands of Iron. John and Gary. Do you like it?
No, I hate it. That's the same material as the new one I'm making.
Isn't it? Oh no, I'll be wearing it.
Oh, good. So it's Brian doing Follow Me, it's Brian doing No He Didn't, it's Brian doing The Show Is Over, and it's Brian doing Lee Sutton. God, you're a naff old queen.
Just follow me. I love camping, don't you?
Yes, dear.
In a gay pub on the other side of town, Kieran's celebrating his 20th birthday. He ran away from home 6 months ago and is slowly beginning to introduce his family to his new life in Brighton. This is their first time in a gay pub.
When I asked my mum beforehand, it was kind of, no, you never get your father in a pub, in a gay pub, but they've come in, and I think they're a bit nervous actually about being in here, but I think they're settling in. I'm trying to ease their mind by saying it's a really nice pub here, which it is, so...
Grandad called him a puff ever since he was born, I think. It's one of those things that's very difficult to take in until you sort of, once you start realising what's going on in the background, you start accepting it. I can't say I'm 100% on it, but I've accepted it. And it doesn't bother me now at all.
My family, they did guess, I suppose. They did guess in a way. But the shock of me coming out was definitely in their face. And it was a trying time for them to get used to it, basically, because when I come out, I burst out the closet. You wouldn't believe it, but I was very, very shy. I suppose it's because I was living as somebody who I wasn't. And then as soon as I came out, I had to explode out, and now I've calmed down to this level. People still say I'm loud, and people still say I'm going to quieten down a bit more. but I don't want to. I want to stay loud, so get noticed that way.
26-year-old Philip set himself 3 targets for the summer: a job, a boyfriend, and physical fitness. He met new boyfriend Richard on a blind date, and he's the fittest he's ever been since he was diagnosed with HIV 4 years ago. Now he's in training for a new job he's been offered as a gym instructor, and he starts next week.
I see me going back to work as me becoming Philip, the gym instructor that has this life, rather than Philip, the HIV positive person that could just sit on his arse all day and become another AIDS victim, really. It's time for a change. I'm quite excited, really scared, but very excited.
It's only a week to go till Brian's show, and he's gone back into the closet with his old friend David Raven, also known as Maisie Trollet.
That's more of Barbara Cartland when I do that stand up and that.
I could do a book signing little number with that, couldn't I?
This is a fab one. No, this a big coat. This big neckline.
Oh, look at that's beautiful.
That lights brilliantly as
Oh,
well.
look at that. Beautiful. And I want to get round you to wear this.
I
want you to be. I want you to be
that one.
Oh, look! I didn't see this one, David.
I'm sorry, dear. That's a very small size. You could only wear that as a sleeve.
Look at that! Oh, it's beautiful. Hang that one.
Well, that was for the one of the scenes when you go to the ball, you know.
Oh.
And it's backless, which always gets a marvellous laugh.
Look at that.
Because, you know, when you say...
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't that...
Oh.
You can see...
Oh, look at that.
You look stunning from the neck.
David, do me a favour. Hold that cloak up a minute.
Right.
Open it up.
Yeah.
Can you open it up so that's all glitter there? And I'll stand in front of it.
Right.
So you can just see this. I think it looks superb. And see that as a backdrop.
You put... Yeah, well...
Look at that. Does that look good?
If you couldn't get the back on...
No, it's lovely. And that cloak fits perfectly, that cloak. So it's ideal for me doing bosom buddies in that. Yeah. They're amazing, aren't they? I know my partner, Paddy, he'll be wearing one of these, or if not, he'd be at home at this moment making one, or making a few dresses, because he really is a very good dressmaker. And years ago, when Shirley Bassey used to come out with a new dress, or with a new LP, with a picture of herself on it, the dress she would be wearing on that LP, he would have next day. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thank you.
Ta. Right.
Since Kieran left home, he's had no job, no money, and has lived in a room in the YMCA. He's determined to stick it out.
This is my town and I like it here. It definitely has me labelled all over it, basically, because I can be who I want to be here. In Hertfordshire, it's a completely different picture as well. You can't walk around Luton without being beaten up if you're wearing anything more, less than a T-shirt, basically. If I was walking around with my crop tops on, I'd get decked. I'm really dressed down today, so excuse the get up. Here they are. Is this them? Is this them? Miss Bessie then? Looks like it. Fabulous, they're here.
Kieran's mum and dad are in for another big night. They're taking him to his friend Wes's house to get ready.
Come on, chauffeur. Come on. What are we waiting for?
Turn right, yeah?
Well, I'm saying now, aren't I? You've got to turn right. Did I tell you? Did I tell you? Or I told you. You're going down there now, Steve. Perfect. And you've got to carry on going around there.
Uh-huh.
It's not just directions they're arguing about. Kieran's mum and dad keep dragging up the past. His real name is Derek.
Thanks.
Always understand that my parents will always call me Derek. Now, how shameful it is. If this is broadcast on the BBC, I'm going to slap you so hard.
It's not shameful at all, is it? It's just, that's what we've got used to.
Kieran's just something that I like being called by my friends. It's like a nickname. My friends call me by a nickname, and that's my nickname then. I'll always still have to write down on a piece of paper, Derek Bunker.
Big fan and follower of Bruce Lee, but I don't go and change my name to Bruce.
You're sad then.
Like some people call themselves Elvis, and they get a name changed by default because they really loved Elvis. Don't forget the line from the Chris Rea song, Gone Fishing. You can waste a whole lifetime trying to be what you think is expected of you, but you'll never be free.
Ever since Kieran arrived in Brighton, Wes has been his best friend. Wes did consider having a sex change, and he introduced Kieran to a side of gay life that doesn't appeal to all gay men.
Gay men don't accept the tranny type I don't know why they don't accept them. Maybe like sort of, personally with me, I find that a lot of gay men don't accept me because I can be a nice, good-looking boy 1 minute and then a good-looking female the next minute.
Kieran's not interested in having a sex change, but he loves to dress up.
He's a gay man, but he's got a lot of interest in the gay lifestyle for drag. Wouldn't want to go out with him because it'd be two bitches in bed, basically. Well, maybe not in bed, but he's far too camp for me. I prefer a bit more of a man. Like, what friendship we've got is really good. And jeopardise that. What? Sometimes they're really different. Huh?
Do you think I should shave the arms?
Your arms? No, why? Sometimes you feel like killing him.
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
Philip's new job as a gym instructor starts on Monday. A side effect of HIV can be tiredness, and Philip's worried about the long journey to London every day. And now there's another problem.
Hello? My fingers are just numb.
For anyone with HIV, even the slightest ailment can be a worry.
Sure. Tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Appointment to see him tomorrow. Oh, that's a bummer.
Philip's boyfriend Richard's bringing him to see the specialist. Overnight, his hand has got worse.
I actually dropped a full kettle of boiling hot water all over Richard's feet this morning, so it's unfortunate for him anyway. So my doctor Martin's going to have another look at it this morning, and whatever advice he gives me I'll follow. I just want to get it sorted out now, get it back to how it was.
It's over a year since Philip had a job, and he's hoping that this won't be a real blow to his plans.
Ta-da!
What's that?
Sick note. I've got peripheral nerve palsy. It's unfortunate actually because he thinks it's not carpal tunnel syndrome, and it's a nerve in my elbow, or that goes past your elbow and goes down the ulna and supplies some of the sensations in your hand, is trapped or bruised or something like that. And the way that I've done that is by working out too much.
Back at Wes's, and the transformation is complete. Kieran, who was once Derek, is now Tabitha. They're meeting Kieran's mum and dad there.
Do you feel a bit overdressed here?
I do. Yeah.
I'm being rude now. How long have we got to stop here?
Bit insecure, you know what I mean?
There's supposed to be a drag contest tonight, but the competition doesn't look very strong.
It said on the board that, it says that the best dressed cross-dresser wins a prize. So I don't know. I'm sure.
Your handbag then? Let me have a look in your handbag.
It's me vibrator. Leave it alone. No, it's Hums.
You got your handbag?
It's not my handbag. It's Wes's handbag.
Kieran's dad is coping remarkably well.
In fact, it's different. I mean, anything's different. Anything that's beyond like the run of the mill, I'm quite happy with.
Even though Dad's happy, it's certainly not what his son Kieran was expecting. There's no sign of prizes, and it's time for Mum and Dad to make a quick exit. Brian's on the road. He's getting nervous about the show because for the first time ever, he's planning to sing live.
I'm doing a tribute to the late Lee Sutton. he was an act, a female impersonator, in the 60s, and he died very young and very suddenly.
Lee Sutton's songs are in Polari, a gay slang that developed in the 1950s.
So, you know, so at the moment I'm in the process of sort of learning his songs. This is the one I should be doing. I'll sing along with it, then you might, it gives me a go. Bonerique, you've got the campest little bonerique. And when you bother me, it leaves me weak. Bonerique, my heart starts to racket every time I see your packet. Bonerique.
Even though Brian spent 20 years in the Navy, he still managed to camp it up.
I was very manly in those days, I tell you. I was all in white, I couldn't believe it. I thought, well, I thought a row of pearls on top of this would look wonderful. I was responsible for looking after all the troopers, you know, all the military boys, the army boys, the SAS. I was the company hairdresser, so I'd have them coming around my cabin for a haircut. I only took one at a time, by the way. Bonerique, your Polari almost makes me spring a leak.
Philip's hand has recovered and it's his first day at work. It's 8 o'clock and he's already had a long journey into central London.
It's going to take some getting used to this, because nobody talks to anybody else. They just walk past. They don't say excuse me when they want to try and get past you as well. They just push you out of the way. See? At the moment I'm petrified. Actually, I felt sick this morning. It's been, over 15 months since I last had a full-time job.
Which one?
So, and here I am going back. I've got this feeling that I'm going to be exhausted and I'm going to be really, really tired for like a couple of weeks into it, but I've got to try and push through it.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets the traffic starts jumping with folks like
I feel like Bambi. I thought that, I looked at a tube map and saw all the colours, and I thought the trains for each tube line were the same colour. I thought there was blue trains and green trains and yellow trains.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taken.
He's cute, isn't he?
Just use your mind.
It's 2:15 and I've got to be there in 15 minutes and I can't remember how to get there. I think I need a white stick. I suppose a big important step was actually getting it in the first place and to prove to myself that I could if I wanted to go out and get a job. And I was surprised that that's what I did. I just went out and got a job, and that's given me confidence that if this doesn't work, then I can go out and get another job somewhere else, because I feel like I can actually do it now. I think I've just, this is it. Ta-da. So, here I am. Feel sick.
Back in Brighton, it's the day of Brian's show, and he's warming up.
A sore throat at the same time doesn't help. You know, normally I can get a bit higher than that.
But it's the words, really.
It's the words, yes, and it's getting it right. Yeah, I think it really needs a good few run-throughs with you, doesn't it? Is Graham there?
It's a bit rough.
Philip's boyfriend Richard lives and works in central London, so at least he's got someone to meet for lunch.
I've been on reception on my own this morning. Cut a few people off when they called, probably, but yeah, I'm quite pleased. But I've only been there like 4 hours and I'm really tired.
It's just got to get your first day. It's going to tire you out. It's all new, isn't it?
Brian may be nervous about his song, but when it comes to dressing up, he's more than competent.
Breathing, breathing.
Fancy putting nipples in it.
I know.
You're not in the change, are you?
I know.
Oh, dear.
Hi, I've got some tickets booked under the name of Kieran Bunker.
All right.
It's a full house, and backstage the artistes are nearly ready. Luckily for Brian and the audience, his first few songs are mimed.
Media, would you please welcome your hostess for this afternoon's show, the one and only, the fabulous Maisie Trollet. Hi! Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I call the real start of the cabaret scene with the drag side. Would you put a tumultuous welcome for the Glitterbugs?
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you. If I say that your tongue is vicious, I call you uncouth. It's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will tell you how rotten you are? Yes, it's just one of those songs that you hear for a while, that come into fashion and go out of style. It's one of those songs that you think you forgot, but it's one of those songs you cannot, because it's one of the songs that carry you in the springtime, walk in the fall.
When you were a little wolf cub and I was a brownie, we did everything a wolf cub and brownie should do. You wanted to be a Boy Scout so you could salute me with 3 fingers vertical instead of just...
The first half of the show's gone brilliantly, but Brian's live song is still to come. In the meantime, Philip has finally arrived back from work. Things haven't gone according to plan.
After going there today, I was trying to work out how logistically it was actually possible for me to carry on doing it with the early starts and coming from London. And I inquired, and there's actually no trains from London that would get me there in time for the early show. And there's sometimes when Richard's away, he's off to New York and he's off for a couple of days this week, so I can't stay at his because he's got other flatmates that I don't really know. So I've spoken to them today. I've had to say no, which is really sad because I really enjoyed it, but it's just not possible. And especially, although the money was pretty much equal to the benefits that I was getting, my expenditure is going to be more because I'm having to pay for the travel and things like that. So I've had to say no. But Richard's been really, really nice. It says Flip, which is his little pet name. I love you more than words can say. You're my world, love Rich, which is sweet. Made me feel a little bit better. It's been a long day. I'm really tired. I'm really disappointed. So I'm going to drown my sorrows. I'm going to go and have a drink. Don't know where I'm going yet. But there we go.
Lovely to be in Brighton. No, I've never been here before. On my first day here, I fell in a deep ditch. And the policeman came along to help me out, and he looked down and he said, you know, you're the 4th queen that's been fucked and left in a ditch I pulled out this week. I said, I haven't been fucked and left. He said, you're not out the ditch yet.
Finally, it's Brian's moment of truth. His friend Dockyard Doris has volunteered to help if Brian dries up.
Will you put your hands together, please, for Mr. Brian Ralph? Come on.
You've got the campus little boner ache, and when you father me it leaves me weak. A boner ache, and my heart starts to racket every time I see your packet. Boner ache, your popularity almost makes me spring. I've got your every wish, I even grease my dish just to see your boner ache. You've got the tatty gaff and all your drag is naff, but I love your boner
It's only a week since Philip left work and he's had another blow to his confidence. His boyfriend Richard has left him. Only his best friend Mark can console him.
Are you surprised?
Not 100% surprised. No.
I am. I didn't expect. I don't know. I didn't expect that.
Well, not quite so soon.
I've been dumped again, and there must be a reason why. There must be something that I'm doing wrong. I feel like I never want to tell anybody that I love them again. I thought Richard was the only person I would say it to for a long time, and I still feel like that, and I really don't want to have to say it to anybody else anymore. I'm not that bad, am I? I don't cry, do I? You know that.
Not normally, no.
I just want to get drunk and I want to see people look at me and think, whoa, I need to know that I'm not that bad. Do you want a drink? Come on then. What am I going to do? I'm not as strong as I used to be.